I have had this figure for 2 years. And he is still in the box, and that is abomination. I know what I said. Let's open him up. Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. You know what? I have so many things that are still in boxes that I have not opened, and you know what? By golly, it is time to open them. So this one we're going to look at today is a Rodimus Prime figure. So for the uninitiated, one of my 2 favorite franchises out there, the first being Sailor Moon. The second is the Transformers. I know, opposite ends of the spectrum, but hey, good art is good art. I love it all. But growing up, I was a massive Transformers fan. And like most kids who grew up, you know, not rich, I didn't have all the action figures I wanted. I wanted all of them growing up, but a lot of times you can't indulge such hobbies until you get to an age and a career position where you can, you know, indulge in the stuff that you love. Obviously, I have greatly indulged. But you know, that's just the benefit of age and money. So one of my favorite characters, no, not one of, my favorite character from Transformers is Hot Rod / Rodimus Prime. For those, again, who are uninitiated, if you watch the original Transformers movie, the one that's got Orson Welles and Leonard Nimoy and just Robert Stack, all of these amazing voices. I don't know, how in the world did they get Orson Welles to play giant talking robot? And I think that him as Unicron, I got a Unicron. Can you see Unicron? There he is. I think that, I'll have to go look it up, but I'm pretty sure that Orson Welles voicing Unicron was the last thing he did. Epic to me. You know, I'm all for it. But yeah, how did they get all of these just amazing names to do this movie? Like, it blows my mind. Anywho, if you watch the movie, you know, we all know what happens to Optimus Prime, dies, and then the Matrix of Leadership has to be passed on. Initially, it goes to Ultra Magnus, but he just doesn't know what he's doing. The actual Chosen One is the young upstart kid who needs to mature, because that's how Chosen Ones work. Harry Potter, Narnia, Lord of the Rings, like all of them, just young, upstart, gotta mature, go on a journey. That's just how it works. And in the Transformers case, it is Hot Rod. And Hot Rod, when he saves, you know, the Autobots, destroys Unicron by opening the Matrix of Leadership, releasing all the energy, blah, 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 he is transformed into Rodimus Prime. He literally becomes, you know, a more advanced version of himself, which the same thing happened to Optimus Prime when he inherited the Matrix of Leadership. He was originally Orion Pax, you know, he's just regular humanoid sentient robot thing, if that's regular. And then when he inherits the Matrix of Leadership, he became something different, a leader. And the Primes are the leaders. So Rodimus becomes the next Prime, and then that gets us into Gen 2. What I'm really loving right now in action figure world, for those of us who are into the action figures, is they are going back to some of those original character models, because we all have our favorites. And look, well-rounded nerd, I obviously have eclectic nerd taste, but we all have our favorites. So let's just celebrate everybody's favorites. I'm not a Beast Wars fan. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't much into it. I don't really, you know or like much about Transformers post Gen 2. But if that's what you love, that's what you love. Let's just all be happy nerds together. But I'm a Gen 1 and Gen 2 fan, and those are the character models I like. And when they started coming out with the War for Cybertron series and a couple of others, they went back and started reproducing those models. And there's even a series model from the years of the Transformers, and they even went as far as to do the movie models as well. And imagine my happiness when Rodimus Prime was finally produced. But here's the thing. There are some figures I do like to keep in the box. Everything's not going to age in value. And for a lot of us collectors, keeping things in the box is not so much about value and resale, because there's nothing back there that's for sale. It's all mine forever. And then, you know, my descendants can fight over it when I die and what to do with it. But for now, it's just my own personal entertainment. I don't care so much about reselling this, and keeping it in the box is not about resale value. It's about keeping it in good condition so that, you know, it's not ugly sitting on my shelf. And not only that, but boxes are easy to arrange, so stacking and that kind of thing. But Hasbro and other companies are saving the planet. And they're not producing as many boxes that have the plastic, the cellophane, the whatever right here where you can see through. So if you want to see the figure, you have to take them out of the box. I see what you did. But you know what? That's fine. Gives me content. So let's take him out of the box. It's always the fun part. I also try not to destroy the boxes. Not for every figure, but for the big ones. Like we've got Omega Supreme right here. Unicron, Metroplex, and my other cold cast statues. I still have their boxes in case I ever have to move them. So I have, when I lived in my previous city before getting married, I think as an adult I moved like 4 or 5 times. So it was handy to have those boxes. This is, well, that's a tight squeeze. It was handy to have those boxes because it made moving those figures a lot less, you know, freaky outy. And then I've moved out of state since getting married, so again, had the boxes. And for those cold cast figures, they have styrofoam, like packed styrofoam inserts that are molded to the character, so nothing's gonna break. And a couple of those are expensive, so it was worth it to me to keep those boxes. Whether or not I keep this one's box depends on what he looks like. But I am struggling here. Let's get him out and see what we got. Box over here. Let's see how fabulous he is. So there's a lot going on in here. There is Hot Rod / Rodimus Prime. And what are my other pieces here? So, we're gonna look at the box. I need the box back for a second. So, so apparently that opens up, that little platform are steps, and they open up for him to have like a little turret or a gun. There's a matrix of leadership and some other little baubles in here. So let's take a look. Oh, you see all that? My God, today I'm not going to make y'all watch me clip all of those. That's not right. So Rodimus is out. He was easy to extricate. I will say I do like the way that they tie these up now. So these are like little rubber bands. These are much easier to snap than when I was growing up and everything was tied to a box like a metal and paper twist tie. My God, today trying to get stuff out. But let's do the fun part and let's transform him. Let's see if I can transform him without instructions, but I can't because I didn't have the toys as a kid because we were broke. So let's see here. Where is his head? So we'll do this in real time and see if I can do it. And if I can't, I'm going to edit out the fact that I couldn't do it in real time because that's the magic of editing. So let's see here. So there is his face. The figure is actually smaller than I thought he was going to be. When you look at that box, he looked like he was going to be huge. So I'm a little sad that he's not massive, but whatever. I think here in the center, this has to unlatch. Yes, there are instructions. So there are instructions, and I'm not using them because I am obstinate. See, look, one arm out. And once you get one out, that tells you how to do the other one. So twist, 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 open. All right, 2 arms out. So there are the arms from under the chassis. Let's see here. And then flip. There's the head. Now, to be fair, one thing it looks like they've done pretty good is he seems to transform almost identical to how he transformed in the show. That was so clever that they did that. You want to talk about advertising to children. I mean, because that's what the Transformers series was meant to do. Like, the series was a bonus to the toys. the series existed to sell the toys. Worked. Somewhere along the line, I had like original Dinobots and stuff. One of my childhood friends gave me one of their Transformers when I was a kid, but I don't have that figure anymore, and it makes me sad to think about that as an adult, not having it. So the waist is giving me a little bit of trouble here. I can see where the articulation point is, but I'm trying to be clever and see if I can get his legs unfolded. Oh, look, catch on the back opens here. Does it open on the other side? I'm going to assume, yeah. Oh, yep, there it goes. That opens. So I bet the legs will now fold out somehow. If I break this figure that I've been holding on to for 2 years, I'll deserve it. I can't be mad at anybody but myself because I elected not to read the instructions. But I want to pretend that I'm smarter than a 5th grader. And to be fair, 5th graders won't be that smart when they're not in 5th grade anymore because, you know, that version of your memory goes away after a certain age. The cramming of facts, we just simply cannot do it after a certain age. Most of us anyway. But, okay, it feels like these flip under and become his new knees, and this goes to his back. That's exactly what this does, because this, yeah, that goes back there. And then he gets a new chest. Say it with your chest. So, okay, this is tricky. This is the part where I'm going to accidentally break it. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Okay, all right. This comes down. Or does it? That doesn't release. Does that release? That does not look like it releases. Well, how do the legs come out? Yep, that's a knee. Okay, I thought I was going to be real clever and do this quickly. And I'm not. Oh, wait, I think I got it. I don't know if that was good or bad. Oh, okay, good. There's the legs. Okay. So, okay, so that came out. These are his legs. Good Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. This is depressing me. Oh, there they come. Ha. Okay, so these will fold under and become his legs, right? Yeah, I wish I had one of those top-down cameras where you could put stuff on a table and, like, you know, film. Like, there's a guy, a couple of channels I watch. Oh, these just break apart. That do puzzles, and they kind of top down, like when they're. But that seems like something you get to buy when you're a success on YouTube, and I'm not. So I'm just doing my best here. Okay, all right, got it. All right, those are knees. These are now feet. There is his head. Okay, so this is what I have so far. That is janky. So now I have to figure out where. Okay, so this now becomes his. Oh, his head turns around to face the right way. Does it? Yes, it does. Okay, I did not make that up. So now we clip him into place in his new position. So, that says this should be a little bit closer. Oh, I figured it out. Okay, all right, so there's a little joint here. Folds in and over. Okay, got it. So now all that's left is to make sure his legs are in the right place. Yep, so you have to remember what the character looked like from the show. His little spoiler on the back was the opposite direction, so look, it flips up. Now he's got his wings. They're not wings, it's a spoiler. Because Hot Rod was cool. He was a rebel, you know. Okay. All right, so this should snap into place. It does. All right, so I can take his head and snap it on the windshield. Come on. Well, everything just feels wrong now. Is this the way? Oh, that's the front. So, okay. Well, Shame on me. To be honest, I have not watched any Transformers except when they did the Earthrise series in a very long time. I did watch the Bumblebee movie. I did like it. It was cute. It was very throwbacky. It was for 80s kids. I'm not an 80s kid. But I get the appeal of it. Okay, his feet are giving me trouble. So, this is the part where I have to edit. Y'all, this toy is for like 8 years old and up. These are the instructions to transform him and his accoutrement. My God, today, there's a lot going on to get from a car to this. Do you know what I just did? 2 years, y'all, 2 years. I can pop it back in, fortunately. But 2 years of waiting to open this figure, and I just chose violence for some reason. Why did I choose violence? I could have read the directions. To be honest, they didn't make much sense to me. I can't get it back in. I'm going to have to glue it. Oh no, what have I done? Okay, we're going to stop with that and put it in the box. Oops. I got him 90% of the way there without reading the instructions. And we're going to call that a win. Got the rest of it untied. So he does have a handy dandy turret. Love this. This is fun. So when I stand him up, so when he's standing up, he's, you know, one of those things. So this is great. And there is a platform or his trailer. So if you, Rodimus Prime and Optimus Prime have like detachable trailers. Where was Optimus Prime's trailer coming from? Like, if you got the toy, they somehow figured out, like, in a couple of versions how to make it his legs, but his legs are not the trailer. Or are they? Because when you watch him transform in the show, a trailer just appears out of nowhere. Explain. Anywho, but his trailer, which, you know, looks like Lightning McQueen, is going to be delivered in it. This is easy to transform, thank God. But in his platform, his trailer, this goes in there, which that's akin to Optimus Prime's. But Optimus Prime had like a little GoBot in it. I'm sorry, GoBot's a whole other franchise. Don't come for me. But it had like a little go-kart in it that was sentient and could go around. So you fold this down, goes in here. If he detaches his trailer, he can stand in it, opens up, and then turret comes out. So that's kind of great. So this gets shut in here. This goes up. This closes. And then up goes this way. And then Rodimus Prime would be pulling the trailer. So this I love. This was way easier than the rest of them. But there's more in here. So we got a couple of extra pieces. There are some collector's cards in here. We have a Predacon. If it was magic, that would be called a shiny. 2 Predacons. So it means nothing to me. Just fun to have. And then, of course, all the little extras. So the only extra in here that I care about is the Matrix of Leadership. So let's see if we can find it down in here. There's his sword. Both him and Optimus Prime had swords, and that was always interesting. If you remember the first episode of the Transformers, like Optimus, like his hand could go away and it could become a weapon, and so could Megatron's. And then that just went away, kind of like the Autobots flying. The first episode, the Autobots could fly. And then they couldn't. And it was never explained. I don't see the Matrix of Leadership, and that is supposed to be in here. Did I buy this toy 2 years ago that I now cannot return that's missing a piece? Let's see here. Nope, those are flames. That's something. Gun for the turret. Sword. Nope. It's not in here. Well, color me sad and disappointed. See that? It's right there on the box. It's supposed to be in there. Mad face. And yes, I re-examined the little pack of pieces to see if you could assemble a matrix of leadership out of this. You cannot. So the part that I really wanted isn't even in here unless it's inside of him somewhere. And I don't see it. And I already broke him. So was this a successful or unsuccessful unboxing? But no, he's fun. I'm happy with him. I'm going to get him articulated the way I want. I just opened a Warhammer figure as well. So now I have to figure out where they're going to live amongst the collection. But I'm kind of glad I went ahead and opened them. I don't think this will be a box that I care much about keeping. I have a place where I keep all the extra bits. So I think I'm actually going to set him up. He might have to go in the living room because his little trailer takes up a lot of space. But I'm going to see if I can't find him a spot on Transformer Row back here. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Are you happy with it? So, Rodimus Prime, unboxed. Slight fail in transforming him. Broke a piece off. Am I still going to upload this? Darn tootin', content is content. So that was fun, something different. I think I finally figured out how I can get back to doing anime reviews. I was trying to do like the super edited ones where, you know, like you bring in the clips and all that kind of stuff because I know how to edit. I really do. But YouTube be copywriting and companies be copywriting. And so, you know, so I think I figured out how to go back to my old format. Obviously I've moved. So the way I was doing it before where I was in front of the screen and stuff, I really like that format, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. And I think I figured out how to do it in my current setup. So next time, probably in a couple of weeks or so, I'll have a couple of anime and drama reviews up, and we'll see if the way I'm going to do it will work. Because doing it in front of the screen like that kept me safe from all like claims and copyright infringement and all that. So I'm going to try to revisit that. I think I found a new way to do it, but we shall see. So I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. It was so fun to finally open something that I've had for a couple of years. I have a few more that I need to open, so we'll get to those as time goes by. But it's Halloween weekend when I'm recording this, so you'll probably see some photos of all of the shenanigans pop up on the YouTubes. But in the meantime, have a safe and happy Halloween weekend. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Holla!